A dish called shrimp and grits.
Which is like a place you can say, you have to go there. The butter.
We met on Tinder. A gynecologist.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna go there to visit New York City. That's not the U.S. That's New York. That is New York City.
Capital city of USA.
That's a good question, isn't it? And so she said, just don't be mean to yourself. Good Lord. Shrimp and grits.
Today we have a special gift for our winner. It's Palcora Tequila. It's made out of 100% agave. Not 99%, 100% agave. It's 100% beer. And during the processing, it was double distilled for a smooth, refined flavor that does not burn. Actually, I'm not a very much fan of tequila. I just maybe take it in the club or on the parties with friends. But the moment I tried this one, it's the smoothest I was trying. And I was really finding my favorite tequila from now on. So for you guys who are watching, please try it. I'll put the link on the description. Also, check their Instagram and see what they are doing there. Please go there, order it for your parties, as a gift to your friends. And believe me, they will ask you, where did you get that tequila? And please don't keep the secret. Tell them and forward the website to them. Hi guys, welcome to Experts in the Kitchen. If you're new here, this is how the drill goes. We invite 3 German experts from 3 different countries in one kitchen. That is 3 cultures in one kitchen. They get to share with us about their cultures. They get to share with us about their experiences here. There is always a recipe that we get to learn. And the fun part is 2 of the guests, they have to compete to replicate this dish. And without a recipe. Please stay with us and enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Annalisa, coming from Ghana. I work as a flavor lab scientist, been living in Germany for 9 years, and I'm excited to join Beth's cooking expert show.
Hi, I'm Manal. I'm originally from Pakistan and I've been living in Berlin for the past 7 years. I'm an IT consultant and I'm really happy to be here at the show and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Hi, my name is Melissa Reed. I'm a voice and speech coach living in Germany. I'm from the US and I am so excited to be here today. I'm going to share a recipe from my home culture in South Carolina, in the southeastern part of the US. So let's go.
Okay, great. Now we have all our guests here. Thank you guys for coming. What are you cooking for us today?
Today we're going to be cooking a dish called shrimp and grits, and it's from my home region in the United States.
And why did you choose this specific recipe?
I think because this is a really popular dish where I'm from, and it's very quintessential Southern American food, and I thought it would be something unique.
Can you please take us through the ingredients?
Sure. So the dish has shrimp and grits. So first we're going to get the grits started, and I'll talk a little bit about these. So grits, it's just corn. And people who aren't from the US, you probably would know it better if I called it polenta. So we're going to do the grits first, and it's pretty easy. It's just grits and water. And then we're going to move on and do the sauce.
Okay.
So I'll just start with the grits.
So it's just the shrimps and the, what is this?
Okay, the sauce,
Mm-hmm.
it takes chicken broth, butter, the shrimp, garlic, onion, pepper. So we've chosen spicy pepper today. More traditional is like a bell pepper, but we can use the spicy one. And then also some bacon.
Okay.
We'll garnish it with the green onions. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna chop one onion. And you have to watch me do that. So, anyway, this is something that
Have you watched the show? There are several tips of how chopping onions without crying.
Oh, really? Okay, what kind
People
of
are
tips?
sharing from different shows. You have to go and watch the shows.
Is it dependent on the region they come from?
Yes.
Or the country they come from?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious what they have.
The one that I remember was from one guest from the Philippines. She was saying they usually close their eyes. Sorry. Not close their eyes. They usually don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other one was from our first show,
Okay.
where you take out your tongue. And then so it's going to the next wet thing. So instead of going to your eyes, it's going to your tongue.
Because yesterday I was talking to my friends and we were thinking why
Yeah.
does this happen? Why do you cry because of the onion?
Yeah.
So somebody said it's because of some fumes coming
Yeah,
out of it.
yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Then
All
it
right.
would make sense.
Then it would
Go
make
into your
sense.
mouth instead of your nose.
Yeah. So if you take your tongue out, it's going to your tongue.
But did you try? That
Yes,
was
I
it.
tried
And
it
it
at
didn't
home. It worked. It's all going on to your tongue.
But I
Yes.
think these white onions, they're not that strong.
They're not that strong. Yeah.
But the red ones, when you cut them,
Mhm.
it's game over.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the red ones are
Yeah, they're
too
Okay.
much.
I
Yeah.
need a head of garlic. So when you make the sauce, everything needs to be ready ahead of time.
Okay.
Okay, you can't
So you
be
prepare
chopping.
fast.
You
yeah.
need to. You can't be exactly. You
Okay.
can't be chopping while you're cooking. So we're
Okay.
just going to prepare everything first. Okay. So we have 2 garlic cloves.
So if you compare them to the American Christmas market, which one do you prefer?
Well, the Christmas markets in the U.S. are kind of based off of European Christmas markets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're more like kind of copycatting what we have here.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
But I mean, they're both fun.
They're both fun, yeah.
Yeah, they're both fun.
Okay.
So we're going to chop some pepper.
Pepper?
So the spicy pepper, I would take out the seeds. So we don't have. I think what we'll do, I'm going to use 1/3 of a spicy pepper, and we're going to take out the seeds, just because I don't know exactly how spicy they are. Okay, so we're going to put the polenta in, or the grits in, and I wanted to show you how you do it. So get rid of that. You have to take a whisk and you have to put it in really, really slowly. And as you need to whisk as it goes in. Okay. And then if you could turn the heat down to maybe 4. So you notice that I'm continuing to whisk this
Until 4.
until 4.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to leave that here. Let's just put that there. And we need to watch that carefully.
Oh, it's so yellow.
Yeah, it's really yellow. So we've got the chili pepper. So now we're getting everything ready.
What German law shocked you when you arrived here?
The rest hours, at least in our city, there's between 1 and 3 p.m. Is rest time.
Oh, there's rest time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can't do anything.
In Karlsruhe.
Oh.
So there's rest time from 1 to 3 p.m. So because of this, you have to keep everything pretty quiet from 1 to 3
neighbors.
For the neighbors. So it's definitely made a change. And then of course no vacuuming on Sunday.
Wow.
But they have that in Berlin too, no?
No, that 1 to 3 I did not hear this. No.
We have the nighttime.
Were you ever getting in in a situation you were in problems because of making noise during that time?
No, definitely not. But it still is kind of like, I want to do what I want to do in my own house, you know.
Oh, and it's every day.
Oh, it's every day.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
This is on, at the time that we moved here, it was on the city website. So this is a policy. I normally don't measure salt in grams. I usually measure salt with a American measurement.
What's the American measurement?
I'll show you. So we actually have.
This is the American measurement.
Yes.
Okay.
But actually, I think
Yeah, me too.
But it may have been British originally. I'm not sure. Okay, so like this is when you see in an American recipe teaspoon, tablespoon. That's what this is.
And when you're cooking at home, do you also follow a recipe, like how many grams or something?
I am more of a recipe follower than my spouse.
Okay.
But depends on what it is.
What you're cooking.
Like for this, I'm going to just I'm trying to follow this recipe to make it easier for you all, but at home I would just do this because I know it.
But I love you need freestyle. I'm really terrible with recipes.
What you want to do is make sure that you have a little bit of fat. You want the fat to come out of the bacon. So you can't have the heat too high, but because then it will burn.
Okay.
So it needs to be on maybe 3 or 4. So when the grits, you can see that they have just like a few bubbles coming up. That's how you want.
Which is something that is very not known about your side, the southern side of America. What is something that is really not well known and you wish people could know this?
Oh, that's really hard. I don't want to get too political.
It's political, right?
I don't know. I guess I would say to veer off and not talk about politics, I would say that it's a really beautiful region because you have the sea. You can go on the Gulf of Mexico if you go in Alabama or on the west side of Florida, the panhandle of Florida. You can also go to the mountains. There's really good hiking in the southeast. And there's also some years, depending on the snow, you can actually have some very good skiing.
And for tourists, like people who would like to come and visit the whole of America, which is like a place you can say, you have to go there.
That is such a good question. I think that you have to go to New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay.
Yeah, I think that.
Why? Why you think?
Because the culture of New Orleans is like nothing else in the U.S. And it was a city that was founded by the French, and it still has a lot of French, not French influence, but the French language is still very much a part of that culture. And actually, there are even bilingual schools in the Louisiana. So it's one of the only places in the U.S. where French is spoken alongside English. I need the butter. I'm making.
Wow, I love the American accent.
You do?
Yes. Really? The butter. I need water.
Water is
They say water or
they say water.
Yeah, water.
So I've made the decision to add a little bit more fat because it will be good.
Fat to the
where the bacon is because the fat interacts with the flour to make the sauce. So I want to make sure that because the bacon wasn't so fatty actually, which is a good thing. So we're gonna add all the stuff, all the veggies, and we're gonna let that. We're good from that right now. Just waiting on this. We're just waiting on this.
Yeah, as you share with us.
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
Normally women get this. Like the men that normally struggle.
And they forget their
6 years.
Okay.
6 years.
I hope your husband doesn't watch this. Otherwise.
How did you meet?
We met online. Nice. We met on my phone. We met on an app. So, which obviously is super common.
Do you mind sharing which app?
We met on Tinder.
Nice. Because Tinder would be the last place I would.
I would have also said the same thing.
So
that's yes, Tinder no.
Yeah. So I have to tell you that I met him on Tinder. I hope he well, I hope he doesn't care that I'm sharing this, but it's fine. So then I had some female friends in the US and I said, you know, oh, guess what? I'm engaged, you know. And they're, you know, said to me, where did you meet this man? And I said, on Tinder. And they were all like, oh, now I have to start online dating again. Because a lot of them had gotten off all the dating apps. And then, of course, I met this amazing...
I think you are among the least lucky ones that were able to get a husband from Tinder. Because there's horrible stories from Tinder.
Babette, how did you meet your husband?
That's a story for another time.
Be the chef of the show.
So this is some chicken broth that I made at home. I mean, it's not as salty as store-bought. I find chicken broth from the store to be a little bit overly salty. So I just made this with onions and some chicken wings, and then it was a very simple.
How did you make it? Because I was never ever making chicken.
Really?
Broth.
Okay.
Never.
So to make broth, all you do is you take the bones, or you can also just use vegetables, and you can treat them in different ways. This one was super simple, and I didn't roast the chicken wings. I literally just put them in the water and kind of poached them with some onion skins in the water, and then you bring it up to a boil, and then you lower the heat and simmer it almost like the way we're doing for the grits, and then you strain it and put it in the fridge. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some flour, and I'm just going to take a small handful of it.
Okay. How do you call it?
Flour.
I say flour.
Flour?
Yeah.
I also said flour.
Yeah.
So it's flour because flour is a synonym, not synonym, or it sounds similar with the flour.
They are the flour.
Yeah, exactly. So how would you pronounce a flower?
Yeah.
Like,
They have the same pronunciation.
Yeah.
They have the same.
I mean, well, wait a minute. I mean, in my accent, but it might be different in other people's accents. I added the
flour.
That sounds lovely. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, as long as people, the meaning, as long as the meaning comes across.
Yeah.
And now what we're going to do is we're going to add some chicken broth.
Okay.
We're going to take a little bit of broth. I'm going to turn this up.
And can you find this dish in any restaurant?
Oh my gosh, it's so popular. It's so in Germany?
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely not.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, this is something that like people. It's just a regional dish. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So-
do you know like any good American restaurants where you can get like anything other than the burger and the pizza?
No.
Yeah, they promote a lot of fast food on their from America.
The recipes in the U.S. are far beyond like hamburgers, hot dogs. That's
From what is really
that's
promoted,
really just like from kind of like from movies.
Okay.
You know? So we're gonna do this, and this is gonna boil or cook for just a minute to get some of the like cooked flour taste out of it. And then all we're going to do is add the shrimp and cook the shrimp, and then we're almost done. Actually, once the shrimp.
And how much flour did you put in?
I put probably, so normally at home I would put less, but I'm trying to speed it up for us today. So I would say two tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Yeah, I would put about 2 tablespoons. So.
And how long does it take to cook it and set it on the table?
The whole thing, if you're really cooking, it's I would say 30 minutes.
Oh,
because because when the grits are cooking, you can be doing the sauce.
Yeah. What was the worst experience you have had here in Germany?
Oh, I would love to talk about it.
Okay.
So the worst
hopefully it doesn't make you sad.
No, do you have one that makes you sad? Okay, it was.
We would like to know later.
Yeah. Okay, so I had just moved here, and I needed to go to this is so intimate. Oh my God, we're on YouTube. Hello. I needed to go to the Frauenarzt, which is the gynecologist.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna go there.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a doctor who spoke English or French.
Yeah.
And I found a doctor who spoke French on the website. It said, oh, she speaks German and she speaks French. And then I thought, oh, well, I'll go to her because she speaks French. And I was just starting to learn German, right? And so I went to this doctor's office to get like a regular old exam,
checkup,
right? Checkup.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the doctor herself did not speak French, but her receptionist or administrative assistant did. And so basically I was like on the table, I had everything like from my waist down is off.
Yeah.
And there's this woman sitting behind, I know, there's a woman sitting behind me and the doctor's like between my legs and asking, and so then the doctor's like, in German, saying like, ask her if, so and so and so. And then the woman sitting by my shoulder is like whispering to me in French. And I know, it was pretty rough.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was also kind of funny. Now it's a good story. But at the
you
time,
are not happy.
I think it's the most uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just uncomfortable.
I
And
think,
normally you would also want that to like be very quick.
Yeah.
And then
right?
people,
I know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
the best.
Wow.
But anyway, that was my.
Oh.
I mean, but that's not.
Sorry for that.
No. But that was
So bad.
I mean, that's the worst thing. That's like knock on wood. That's the worst thing that's happened.
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
It's
you know
not
what
so
I mean?
bad. Yeah.
But it was
It could be worse.
It could be worse. Yeah, that
that's
could be
true.
worse.
Yeah. And what is the best? What's the best experience here in Germany?
I would say that I've had really great professional experiences with German clients. Yep. So my work is I work as a voice and speech coach. So I coach presentations, I teach corporate workshops. I also help people write speeches and coach them for keynote speeches. And I would say that I really enjoy working with German companies and also with German clients.
In the town you're living in, it's called
In Karlsruhe.
Karlsruhe. I cannot really pronounce it so
It's
good.
hard. Yeah. It's hard.
Does it have a lot of international community there, or?
Yes, we have a huge international community.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm mostly working online.
So it's friendly to expats.
Karlsruhe?
Yeah.
I would say it's reasonably friendly to expats. I mean, it's a city of about 350,000, but it's close to Stuttgart. It's close-ish to Frankfurt, and there are a lot of big companies there, and there are a lot of higher universities, and so there are a lot of internationals in Karlsruhe. A lot.
And is it expensive? Have you been to Berlin so often? And is it expensive if you compare?
It's less expensive than Berlin, but I would say not by much.
Not
really.
by much. Okay.
Really. Okay. So we'll just split these between the three recipes. So.
And when do you add the shrimps in there?
When you see how the sauce has gotten nice and thick?
Yeah.
That's when you want to add it. Okay. So we're just gonna spread these out. I'm gonna turn up the. So the nice thing is that the sauce is kind of flexible, meaning like I might thin it with a little bit of water. If it's getting a little bit if it's not thick enough, you could add a little bit more flour in, so it's a little bit, it can be flexible. So I'm going to turn this up, and all you want to do is make sure that the shrimp turn pink. So we're going to let them cook in the sauce.
Best tip you can give someone who wants to travel to USA?
Don't just do the big things in New York City, for example. Like if you go,
It's too much.
Of course, New York is amazing. I love it. But if you just say I'm going to the U.S. and I'm going to visit New York City, that's not the U.S. That's New York. That is New York City.
And Annalisa, what is the capital city of USA?
That's a good question. Isn't it New York, Washington?
Yeah, there you go. Washington.
I almost said
But in the beginning,
confused.
yes, they do.
Yeah, they're confused.
It's a trick question. But in the beginning, New York
Yeah.
City was the capital of the U.S.
Okay.
But,
But yeah.
I mean, like 200 years ago, like 250 years ago. Like,
Okay. And why did they change to Washington?
that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm a little embarrassed that I don't exactly know why.
watching the video.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Let us know. Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see, if you go to New York, that is one interesting thing, is that you can see some of the old places that you know, where there were meetings held at the beginning of when the country was founded. So, if you're interested in history,
In the history.
What do you think about college and tuition in the U.S.?
I think there's a lot of room for reform of that system, and I hope that happens in the next couple years.
Yeah.
One thing that's hard for me is that people sometimes will ask me about university in the US, and it's such a system where if you know how to work the system, or if you come from money, you're going to have a completely different experience of the system than if you come from a different kind of family, if you are like less resourced. It's really hard to hold up one person as an example of the way it is in the US.
Okay.
For example, I was a really good student in high school, and so I had a lot of scholarships that helped pay for my university. Because I was a nerd, and so
If you're not there, you're okay. If you're not there.
if you're a nerd, then you can get some very good scholarships that will help pay for your tuition, right?
Oh.
But in general, it's not sustainable system. So. All right. Well, the sauce is done, so you should take a look at how it looks. Okay. So.
Okay.
You know, you may have noticed that I just added I just added that's what I mean. It's kind of flexible.
To make it thinner, right?
Yeah. You could do water. We could I put a splash of wine in it.
Even wine.
Oh yeah, I would not like a lot, but I think this dish, you can have it without milk or cream in the grits. But I think it adds a lot. I think it just adds a little bit of something. A tablespoon.
So not so much.
Not so much.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna grab a tasting spoon, and I'm gonna taste it for salt, and then we're done.
Best advice you have ever gotten in your life?
I had an acting teacher tell me that her big regret was that she had been mean to herself her whole life.
Yeah.
And she was older than me. And she said that I regret that I had been mean to myself for my whole life. And so she said, just don't be mean to yourself, because the world it's kind of hard enough already.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's
so
very true.
I thought it was really good advice.
Wow. That's a good advice.
But it took me a while to learn how to do that. But
Yeah.
I thought it was good advice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And now the food is ready, yeah?
Yep, it's ready.
Now it's
So we
time
just need to plate it.
set it up.
Okay, so we're just gonna do some grits here, and then we'll do the sauce on top. Yeah, so if you go to any nice restaurant in the southeast of the US, this will be available. The only thing I would add for color is a little bit of chopped green onion, which I forgot to do. So maybe I do that really quickly.
So guys, our food is ready. Our chef's food is ready. This is looking so awesome, and it's completely a new recipe for me. I was never trying a mixture of the bacon and chicken broth. So it's a very interesting recipe for me, and I cannot wait to start.
Well,
Yeah.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Oh, I really love it. It's a very different thing. I've never tried something like this before. Yeah.
But very tasty.
Yeah.
It's not too spicy.
Wow.
So you'll see when you make yours without the pork that like it's not overly spicy.
Wow.
No, but I really like the grits. What is it, grits? Because it's more like it's a lighter version of what do you call it? Oats.
Kind
It
of.
feels like it.
Yeah, the
but it's
same
like
text, the similar
yeah.
texture.
They're
Wow.
kind of similar, but usually oats are a bit heavier. I think this is a very softer and lighter version.
Wow, I love
Alright.
it. Mm,
All right.
I love it, and I love the shrimps.
You like the shrimp in it? Yeah, it's good. And
Very
the,
tender.
the shrimp, like they kind of give their flavor to the sauce, you know, a little bit. It's good.
Would you normally use the polenta for other recipes apart from this?
So if you want to get into polenta, there are so many amazing polenta recipes. Most of them are Italian. So this is also used widely in Italy. Yeah.
So I love it. Good job. Thank you very much. Well done. Yes.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Oh, great.
So I was on our second part, Annalisa from Ghana and Manal from Pakistan. They will compete to replicate this dish without recipe and without the help of Melissa. And how many minutes would you give them?
I'll be generous and give you 25 minutes. Okay?
Wow, 25 minutes.
Yep.
That it's ready and on the table. Are you guys ready for that?
Yes.
Yes?
Ready for the challenge.
Yeah, ready for the...
Yes.
So let's see if it will be Ghana or if it will be Pakistan. Let's see. Okay. Then let's go on our second part. Thank you so much, our chef, for today.
Thank
Wish
you.
them all the best.
All right, good luck.
Yes.